Systems are online for the Marvel Crisis Protocol Sentinels. Atomic Mass Games has released the new Sentinels Mark IV box and also the Sentinel Prime Mark IV box. We are going to go take a look at both of these real quick. I'm very excited about this one. As a child of the 90s here, I grew up watching the X-Men classic 90s cartoon, and the Sentinels were kind of a big boogeyman in that show. So I am excited about this one. Let me get in here. This is my first time cracking open these boxes as well, so I don't quite know what to expect. I have been building quite a bit of the Marvel Crisis Protocol minis, though, so I'm looking forward to actually assembling these. And if you stick around to the end of the video, we'll show you some 360s as well. Of both, so or all three. We'll see how far I get. Anyway, probably all three. They're pretty. The MCP stuff is actually really easy to build. So okay, that's everything in this box. This is the first one is the Sentinels Mark IV box. These are kind of the default Sentinels, I guess. We've got their card, which we can kind of run through real quick for you folks at home. These have already been teased by Atomic Mass Games as well, so if I can get them out of the plastic, that's always tricky. They have their directive cards as well, or their tactics cards as well. We've got Scrap Metal, Efficient Machines, and Directive 1. And then you get 2 Sentinel Mark IV cards, because there are actually 2 Sentinels in this box, which is pretty nice. They hit pretty good, so I don't know how well you guys can see this, but we're gonna go through these fairly quickly. There's all the stats on them. There and there. This is the not wounded side. This is the wounded side. And as you can see, their basic attack is a Plasma Blast, which starts at Strength 4, but can actually ramp up, which is pretty nice. They also have Suppression Protocols, which is like Strength 8, which also pretty nice. And then a bunch of really cool abilities, Restraint Cables, which can range 4. The characters push toward the Sentinel because they're reeling them in. And you can only use that once per turn. And then there's Master Bold. So when you're building a roster squad, you can include 2 of these in one. Normally, based on their secret identities, you can only include 1 character. So like if you had Captain America and U.S. Agent Steve Rogers, you can't have them. That's their alter ego in the same roster. But because these are robots, you can do that. Anyway, Power Matrix, you get more energy, and then Sentinel Programming can't be pushed by focus attacks or superpowers, I think, or mystic attacks, I think. When defending against those attacks, they get extra defense too. They have flight, immunity to bleed and poison because they're robots, and then their explodey side, when they're damaged, they have a plasma leak. So basically, after they do their plasma blast attack, they take a little bit of damage, but worth it. So very cool. That's all the cards in the box, and now we get to the exciting part here, which is the actual miniatures. So what's nice about all of the Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff that I've unboxed and played with so far and built is they all come in these nice plastic baggies, which is great for shipping, I guess, and then also just making sure you got everything. So you get 2 of those big bases. You get a whole lot of Sentinel bits here. So as you can see from all of this, let me move these to the side, you get quite a bit of spruage. You get to build 2 of them, obviously, so a lot of this is going to duplicate, but the poses you can kind of change up. There are various poses on the box, so you can see one's got his arm stretched out, one's kind of more like coming at you, fighting stance style. Same with the legs, you can kind of mix and match those to get the kind of position you want on them, but very straightforward kits. I actually really like the plastic that Atomic Mass uses for the MCP stuff. It keeps its detail really well. It's light and goes together really smooth, really sharp edges, really clean lines. So I use plastic when I'm assembling this stuff, and it goes together no problem. So last thing in here is the little Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures thing. There are no assembly instructions in this box. They're all online, and if you have a little QR code scanner, you can scan that and open up that webpage. You can also just go to atomicmassgames.com/docs, and you should be able to find all of that good stuff here. Do recommend a good pair of clippers and a nice sharp hobby X-Acto knife on this stuff to make sure that You're getting nice clean cuts. And a good sharp knife is better than a dull knife when hobbying because you actually are more likely to cut yourself with a dull blade. So that's all of that. And now we check out the Sentinel Prime. Sentinel Prime is basically like an even more juiced up version of the Sentinels. If you're familiar with the comics at all, you might know who Master Mold is and like the Sentinel AI. These are the Mark IV Sentinels. They're like super scary. So watch out, all you muties out there. They're coming for you. This is probably going to be very similar to the other box, but that's okay. There's that. We have a little piece of cardboard. And then, again, for you at home, there are no instructions. There is a separate QR code that you can use. I'll set that down. You can scan that if you want to on your screen now. But yeah, again, Atomic Mass Games /docs. Go check those out. Set this to the side. I'm not going to go through this card because it's really more of the same. It's got upgraded versions of the Plasma Blast or Plasma Leak. No, this one's just Plasma Blast now, if I remember correctly. Suppression Cables Mark II. It's just better than the other one. This one also is kind of like a leader, so you get like pattern analysis and some other cool stuff here. Still can fly, immunity bleed, and all that good stuff. So we also have. I will show these off. These are kind of cool. So we get some tokens, and we also get the new Sentinel affiliation, which shockingly enough includes Sentinels. The Sentinel Prime, Cassandra Nova, and then the Sentinel Mark IV. So there you go. There's Under Your Skin and online and operational. More of those cards for you to use. And then the flip side of that, these are just more tokens. And then finally, the Sentinel Prime Mark IV sprues. I do not know if these are the exact same as the other ones, but we are going to take a look. So I don't think they are. So we actually do have a slightly different base. It's just a big round. I don't know the exact size of these bases. I was going to say 50 mil, but maybe these are 60. They're pretty good size, though. Anyway, so you can see these are different sprues compared to the Mark IV Sentinel versus the Prime here. So the chest plates are slightly different. You've got a couple different options. This one actually has a damaged side, which is kind of cool. And then as far as the legs are concerned, also different. So cool. That's good to know. That these actually do have different sprues. You're not just trying to resell you the same sprues in a different box. So very cool stuff. Looks pretty awesome. I love the detail on the hands. And I really like the armor plates that the Sentinels have just all over them. They did a really good job sculpting these up. I don't know. I might even try tackling paint one of these bad boys. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'll have enough time to do that, but before the end of this video. But we are going to build them up and show you what they look like right now. Well, those are the really cool minis for the Sentinels, the Prime, and the Mark IV. Just really great minis. I think that the Sentinels are fantastic antagonists. Just again, from my childhood, the X-Men cartoon, they always kind of scare the crap out of me, and it's fun to see them on the tabletop finally. If you like our content, please check out our other videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe and do all those YouTube things. I'm Adam Harry from Bowles. We'll catch you next time.